Well, speaking of education and like obviously the importance of education, especially nowadays in the United States in particular, and actually even more overseas. There was a new survey that reveals that 42% of people with college degrees said it didn't end up being worth it. And really, the question I have for you guys is, is the idea of college like dying just overall? And ultimately, would you force your own child or any of your children to get a degree? So I'm going to
I'll
start with
say
you, Chad, and
yes
actually
to
just
the
go
first
over there.
part and yes to the second part still. Uh, yeah,
Damn.
I graduated college and then I got my job and they didn't even look at where I like graduated from. They didn't even look to see if I had a degree. But I think it depends on like your profession. Like if my kids want to do art, I'm still gonna send them to like an art college. If they want to, I don't know, play video games, I'll send them to a fucking esports college. But like, I think the experience of college in general is just something that's like you have to have it. I think I even though I thought the classes were BS, I grew so much in college just like having to be on my own and interacting with these strangers and just like not able to get out of that situation. Like I had to go back home and live with these eight random dudes. So I think the experience was unprecedented, but
8 random dudes.
yeah, I was in a dorm of eight or room of eight.
Oh,
You gotta really preface. That's a pause, bro. You gotta
no, we know
experience
where
these
you're coming
eight
from, Chad.
random dudes, bro.
We know where you're coming from there,
That's another
Chad.
thing.
Okay, I don't know. I saw that a little
But
bit.
yeah, I want to get your thoughts on it, Mike, because I know that you guys may differ, maybe not. I don't know.
So for me, the first question is the degree worth it? Like Chad said, I think in select cases, is it worth it? It depends on your profession. Obviously, if you're gonna go and be a doctor, bro, you can't just watch some YouTube videos and think you're about to slice over someone's chest and do some heart surgery. That don't work out.
I watched a shit ton of movies.
You gotta go to school for that. But I think for the majority of professions out there, I think that college is not worth it, and it's becoming more scam territory than it is actual a necessity, in my opinion. I feel like the prices of colleges are increasing while the value of colleges are decreasing at a rapid rate. Like Chad said, nobody once in any interview that I've had for a job has spent even a split second on my degree or what we're talking about or asked me any questions about college. Nothing even comes about there. It's more job specific. Um, the job that I'm doing now, I think that I could have done it as soon as I graduated high school. Like I don't think that there was anything that I took from
Are
college.
you shitting on your current job? Hey, let's get his employer on the line right now. Um,
What you think you don't think 18-year-old could be an account executive, bro?
no, I know, I agree. Well, like,
On the job experience.
It literally like I'm saying that there's nothing from college specifically that I
no,
pulled
I get what you're
for my
saying.
occupation. Like
I get what you're
I had
saying.
to be trained on the job once I got it, and I'm saying I had the mental capacity at 18 to take those trainings and be able to enforce that in my occupation now. Like I didn't need a degree for that. But if I'm going to but on the second question, just to peel that off, will I force my child to get a degree? That question for me is just gonna have to be no. And one thing for me that I agree on, Chad, is the biggest thing I took from college, and really the is almost the only thing I really took from college, is the social experience that it came with. That's where all the growth came from. Any mental growth really came from my own due diligence and research from YouTube articles or reading, like not necessarily from the classroom itself. But I did
Hero,
gain a
Quizlet,
yeah, I I gained
Tag.
a I gained a lot from the social experiences, but I don't believe that you can only gain that in college. Like I feel like if you don't go to college,
Mhm.
one, if you're not going to go to college, you got to have a plan and you got to be working on it and you got to show me that you're working on it. I don't care that like there's no success at the beginning. You know, you gotta start somewhere. But if you ain't working and you ain't doing something, then that's not gonna fly with me. You're gonna get your ass to school. But if you're working on something and you're proving to me and you're working on every day, that's fine. But I think in order to get those social experiences that we got from college, you just got to get out there on the world. Like, you know, I think where people get trapped is they don't go to college and they stay in their town and, you know, they don't really explore or whatnot like that. But my brother, as soon as he graduated high school, he didn't, you know, he went on cruise ships and he was sailing across the country, going to different places and whatnot, meeting a lot of people from different regions of the world. And, you know, that social experience in itself, and he was away on his own. He had to grow and mature as a person, as a man. In that situation, I think there's different ways to get it. So I mean, I know Sterling's about to fucking.
I got one last thing to say. I think the benefit of college with the social aspect is that you can get away with a lot more dumb shit and not get arrested.
That's
Like,
true.
I feel like if I went out on my own and did the dumb stuff did when I was in college, I would have gotten arrested pretty quickly.
But do you feel like it was necessary for you to do those dumb shits? Like I feel.
Yeah, I learned a lot of lessons from those. I learned yeah, how to not get
Yeah, like
arrested.
we were just in a like vortex of life where we were just doing stupid ass shit. But I feel like in any other situation, like I would make mistakes, but I wouldn't. It's not like I needed to do dumb shit. Like y'all were punching holes in the wall. You didn't gain no fucking life
I learned how to
experience from
fix a hole in
punching.
the wall.
Don't
Yo,
punch holes in the wall, bro. I knew that when I was like five.
punch
Come
a
on, man.
hole. Don't do it. But we punch a hole in this wall right now. I can go to Home Depot and have it fixed by tomorrow morning.
All right, but niggas ain't punching holes in walls. That's my point.
But what
Let me
happens
let me slide in here. Let me slide in
Go
here
ahead,
real
go
quick.
ahead.
Just to answer, because like I get where you guys are coming from. Like, and obviously I think you guys are like, I know that you said Mike, you obviously wouldn't like make your kid go to college or anything. And then I know that you said like we kind of all have somewhat similar like
I would
somewhat
encourage
similar
it.
like
I'm not saying that I would
yeah,
be like,
yeah,
you don't have
yeah.
to go, but if my kid
I would
came to me,
encourage it.
if my
But
kid
I'm gonna
came to
tell
me
you
and said
right.
he didn't, you know,
I'm gonna tell you right the fuck now. I'm gonna tell you right the fuck now. If you ain't gonna go to college, you better have a damn job waiting. I don't care what it is. Like I don't care what it is. The day you graduate, you better have a job waiting for you.
but
You
Daddy,
ain't
I
get.
do
You
have
don't
a
get.
job waiting. I'm gonna be on OnlyFans.
All right, nah. Like, look, you could go live in an apartment on your own, go on your OnlyFans. Like that's fine. But no, and then the same is, and then it goes back to the point of the idea of college being like. I mean, I'm sure you guys have obviously applied for jobs in the past, done applications, etc. And they'll always ask like you'll look at the requirement. You, you'll look for the requirements for the job, and it'll be like like college degree required, preferably in these fields, whatever. Um, and I was listening to something the other day, just for example, for anybody out there that might be listening to this, it's like, bro, if you match all the qualifications on a application or a job description, you are overqualified. Like
1000%.
you are overqualified for the job, which makes when you go and negotiate salary makes it twice as easy if that's the job you decide to go with.
And
So
most of the time, they won't hire you because you're overqualified.
yeah, they know you're going to negotiate salary. That's exactly they want people that are lesser experienced. That's some word to the wise right there for some younger folks out there. For some people that might be older, that's some word to the
How
wise.
about
Right
you
there.
answer the damn question, bro?
Well, my answer to the question is I don't think that. Do I think college was worth it? I don't think any part of it. Well, I think it was worth it in hindsight for me. For me, it was worth it. But in reality,
The
I think
degree, it's not college, it's the degree.
no, the degrees doesn't mean shit, bro. Like I could literally walk anywhere and get like I can also talk. I didn't even need the social experiment of it. Like I didn't even need that. I knew that I could go out and talk to anybody I wanted to and just be natural. Yes, you gain like some skills, like you sharpen the knife a little bit more, but I could have done the same thing in the workplace if I was working from 18 and probably saved and had more money, just to be 100% with you. Like I mean, no job that I've had at this point has actually required a college degree. And everything that I learned in college, literally, I couldn't even tell you because Chegg Quizlet, and Course Hero did it for me. I'm gonna be 100% a
And now they got
UCG.
AI doing it for them. So
And now they got AI doing it. Like there's no business for someone to care about their degree. I'm dead serious. If you're really smart, go to community college in a town that's close to a big college. Go to community college, get an associate's degree, because an associate's is perfectly fine. Like that is cool, and you don't have to finish. But go to a college close to, or an associate's college close to a big college, and go there, and you will still get the experience of going to a 4-year school.
you know what I
That's
compare
what
college to today? I compare college to the math teacher that wouldn't let you use your calculator for a math test. Is that it's teaching you a bunch of irrelevant stuff that when you got into the workforce, they would want you to do the exact opposite. We're learning how to write essays and papers where that's obsolete today. Like we don't write essays, we're not going to be writing papers. If colleges want to be more beneficial, just like those math teachers wanted to be more beneficial, they should have showed us the way around a calculator, every in and out of a calculator, because once we got into a real job, if you were in accounting and you were over here writing on your piece of paper, I would fucking neck you so goddamn hard. Like, what the fuck is you doing? If you don't pick up that calculator, motherfucker, yo, I don't know what you're doing, man. So, like, schools should embrace AI. They should be teaching them how to use AI to their benefit, because what's really going to happen is the workforce is going to be they're going to be incorporating ChatGPT. And if you're not using GPT-4, if you're not qualified to use that, guess what? That's going to be on the requirement. GPT-4 like certified. It's probably going to be a certification for that. So, instead of trying to teach these kids how to do everything without the technology, they're a step behind. It's really just a scam. They're increasing the prices, and they're not giving us life lessons. They're teaching us a bunch of stuff that our employers are going to have to come and almost untie and rewind and like rewarp our minds to think differently than the college had us thinking, because it's not how the real world moves.
I'm gonna go just to,
my game design
what?
teachers like prepared us for shit. Where okay, this is the one
important.
good part about college for me. My game design teachers, like we did like a capstone project, and we had to go present it to the teachers and whatnot. People were coming out there in like their business clothes, like suits and stuff. And my teacher came out and he's like, "Yo, take that suit jacket off." And they're like, "What?" And he's like, "When you're out there going for an interview for a game design job, they're gonna laugh at you if you come in there dressed up, head to toe in a suit and tie." He's like, "Go put some cargo shorts on, go put a t-shirt on, be comfortable." Because that's how people act in the industry.
And that's facts. But I also feel like game design is kind of one of those degrees that can be beneficial though. Like I also think you could pick up things like outside of college from game design, but there's also one of those degrees that can be beneficial. But for somebody like me and Sterling, our shit was just so fucking basic, generic schooling that like it's not that necessary, man. At the end of the day, one thing that my dad always told me is that the most your degree will ever do for you is land you an interview for your first job. After that, it's completely irrelevant.
It's experience and everything from that
it is
forth.
experience, and it's a popularity contest. Can you interview well? If not, then you're gonna be screwed. They don't care where you went to school at. Like some people might care about that, but at the end of the day, if you're going for a job where they care where you went to school at, guess what? Everybody else who's interviewing probably went to the same damn schools. So you didn't really get a step above them. Like you're gonna have to interview well. You're gonna have to have good experience, and that's what it's gonna come down to at the end of the day. And I think that the economy is moving to more gig work, which means that, there's going to be a huge section of the economy that's growing that has nothing to do with universities or anything like that. And I think you're going to start seeing less people choosing to opt out of college, or at least choosing to opt out of like the more expensive universities or 4-year universities. Because like if
Duke bro. Like, it doesn't make any logical sense to go to a 4-year school, and especially take my advice and go to a community college that's near a freaking 4-year university. You will get the same experience. Like, it's the exact same
Listen to
thing
me.
and a better education.
If you're a loser, go to a 4-year university, man. You need that experience. Don't just be out.
Bro.
Loser?
Huh?
So you call me a loser? I'm joking.
that's
I'm
your,
advocating
that's
for it.
that's your that's his own insecurity speaking. Don't let him.
No, but what I did want to say something really quick, because I didn't even realize that we were gonna get this deep on this topic in particular tonight. I knew we were gonna talk about it, but I didn't know how deep we were gonna get it. I literally just did a poll on my Instagram, and there was 90 actually a little over 90 votes. It actually went a little past it, but 90 votes asking how many sources, speaking to the gig economy, right? How many sources of income do you have? Or the question was, do you have more than one source of income? And it was literally, I believe it was 55% to 45%, 55% saying yes, 45% saying no. And then you got to think about maybe the outliers that are like just saying they say yes because they know I saw that who voted for it. Who cares? But like, it's almost, no, I
You got the people who
let's
probably put yes, but haven't actually received the income from what they were doing.
yeah, let's be 100% real here, because I mean, like, and no, I appreciate everybody that voted, by the way, if you do listen to this. But I mean, it's almost 50-50, right? Being that 50% of the population has more than just their main source of income, and then the other 50 being that doesn't, or they're working towards it, right? And that's perfectly fine. So in that same vein, we've talked about, like, bro, you're not going to really succeed in this country at this point, in this country at least, if you're just going off of one source of income. And that one source of income typically is from your college degree, quote unquote. We imagine it's our main source of income, the one that we think about when we tell people what we do.
Yeah.
But then there's the other thing, like social media, etc. However, whatever way, selling T-shirts online, who cares? Like, whatever you're doing, like, that's what I highly encourage. I highly encourage everyone to be able to start their own business or start their own type of brand for themselves, to promote themselves and make money off it. Because nowadays, there's no reason not to try it, at least, and see what it comes from them.
With what you're bringing up, that multiple source of income, getting married, to me, I'm still old school, where getting married seems to be picking up a second source of income. Like, if
it's done right.
If it's done right, yeah.
Could be picking up a second source of debt too.
Yeah.
Fact.
Like, just like, we've been, like, my girlfriend and I had talked about the numbers and crunching, like, what we make, and I'm like, yo, if we get married, we average, like, over 100K, so we could get a nicer spot, because we could afford it then.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It does save you a lot. I mean, like right. It's just like living with a roommate, period. Not even like your partner or anything. Like, if you live with somebody else, it is going to be phenomenally cheaper, typically, to live with somebody else as well in an apartment or a house or whatever, just because there's two of you versus one. So I mean, for those out there that are struggling, like, not even struggling, but like looking to just like, or maybe don't have a college degree, maybe do have a college degree, maybe don't know what direction they're going with their career, whatever the hell it is, who cares? Like, at this point, like, put your fucking headband on or whatever the fuck you do to, get your shit going, fucking take some pre-workout, whatever the fuck you got to do. And literally just go out there and do whatever you want to do. Start a business, do whatever. I'm not saying quit your fucking real job. I'm not saying that shit.
No, don't say that's not
I'm not saying that shit. No, I'm saying take the fucking I'm saying take a fucking
You can literally
I'm saying
open up your window and fly.
I'm saying take a fucking risk and say fuck it and see if it works out. Give it some time, give it 4 or 5 years to work something out, and give it legitimate time to see if something works out for you. Don't fucking give up in like 3 months, because we have this
keep showing up. If you just keep showing up,
yeah,
it'll be a snowball effect, compound, and over time, and you'll eventually what is it, eat the fruits from your labor, or what's that saying?
Reap what you sow.
Yeah.
Reap what you one works too. Reap what you sow.
Reap what you sow, eat the fruits of your labor, either way. But I know we kind of
have your cake.
I don't think
you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah, you can bake your cake and eat it too. There we go.